Hello and welcome everybody to this painfully average commentary of Battle for Middle-earth. My name is DoubleV, and with me I have a, not so special guest. You're the other 50% of this YouTube channel.
50% of YouTube channel. My name is Kulude.
Yes, and we basically decided to do this together now because this is a super special edition or something.
Yeah, super special one-off duo commentary episode.
Which might occur more often. I don't know.
Well, we were planning to do this as a duo commentary, but due to logistical reasons, we had to scrap it.
Yeah.
So, doing a one-off on a special mission sounded like a pretty good idea to me.
Okay, now check out this intro. You've played this game before, we should say. Do you have any memories of it, or?
Oh, this mission? This mission is the one I have the most memories of because I had to redo it so many times, or rather, I like to do it.
Yeah,
but I like this. I gotta say, I like this because it seems like Orphanc is just like right next door to Helm's Deep.
Yeah, and I love how the Uruk-hais are just out for a jog, basically, to Helm's Deep. What I also love is what people have already commented on, but like the logistics of how the elves could have made it before the Uruk-hai. But hey.
Yeah. But I mean, they showed, everyone standing on the wall, and then suddenly Orphanc, everyone leaving is like...
Yeah, and now it's... And then now it's completely empty in the entire fortress.
It's pretty interesting.
Something pretty cool is that a lot of the voices are the same, I would say, from in the movie as in the game. But Theoden has a different voice actor, but it actually didn't notice that.
He does?
Yeah, he does a very good job, like an impersonator.
I was wondering because some of the dialogue they say is like... I can remember it somewhat.
Yeah, the lines are identical, but the voices are different.
Are all the lines from the movie, so did you have some custom dialogue? Because I can imagine they had, like, Viggo Mortensen or whatever, doing like one line or something specifically for the game. I don't know. Because most of the things he did say in the movie at some point, but...
The thing is, he must have re-recorded this, because when I selected him there, he says, "Stand, men of the West," and the only time I can remember him saying that in the movies is when... at the Black Gates, I think.
Yeah, he having a speech at Black Gates.
Yeah, and he says it with a different tone, so yeah, I don't really know how that works.
They probably had the ability to do some custom.
Yeah, I mean, what they do in movies anyway is that they usually do a post recording anyway, so I guess they have a lot of audio material.
Yeah, but do you remember when this game was released? I can't remember actually
the year?
The date? Yeah, the year.
2004.
2004. It wasn't too far away from the movies.
No, the movies were like end of 2003, I think.
The last one.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have some peasants.
Yeah.
It's so empty. Oh.
I know, it's very empty, but I kind of like that in a way because it gives you it gives quite a massive introduction, or like build-up, I should say, to the level. What I don't like about it is that if you fail a couple of times, like I did, it takes freaking ages, because obviously each attempt takes like 20 minutes at least, because it's just 10 minutes of intro.
The 10 minutes of build-up, and then you do pretty well against the first wave, so then in the end it comes some massive wave that kills you 1 minute or so.
Yeah, I mean,
the
first waves are like a pushover, but then I'll show where it becomes really difficult and try to explain why, just to like preemptively comment on the inevitable "you suck" comments or whatever.
But I mean, this is a very iconic scene, like the setting of this defense of Helm's Deep. Because I can remember playing it in other games, like there was a map in Warcraft 3, if you can remember, called Helm's Deep, and I don't know how many times I played that.
Yeah,
so many times.
That's actually a very good memory for me too, because it was one of the earliest memories I can remember when we had just gotten broadband in my home, so I was finally able to play online games for real, so to say.
That is no orc horn.
And I used to play this Helm's Deep Warcraft 3 level that was just so much fun. I don't know if you noticed that, but now there's like the elves are coming,
Yeah, there was no orc horn.
Yeah, exactly.
They're coming down there on the map.
My tactic, by the way, is going to be to just have the archers bunch up in the middle and just abandon the flanks. Well, maybe not.
I remember just putting down like one archer on each so that you cover the whole section of the wall, and then having Gimli and Boromir and
open the
Aragorn
gates
stand
and
there.
send for the king.
Oh, I guess Legolas as well, because
We've improved the archery range.
But I mean, having the whole covered, where units and then a peasant as to help out with melee.
I think when I played through this originally, like when I was a bit younger, I think I tried to like make it so that there would only be elven archers on the deeping wall, and then on the Hornburg I would only have like peasant archers, like the ones I have on the wall now.
Yeah, was it called the
Yeoman? Yeah.
Alongside men once more.
Oh yeah, the train archer ability.
Yes, it's very useful because when you get those banner wearers, they sort of automatically regain units, fallen units by time or so, which is very useful and kind of unexplanatory. But hey,
I mean, they have someone to actually be in charge.
yeah. I mean, just as like in the movie, these elven reinforcements are really useful. Actually, they're very good. Okay, so Isengard, we have 2 timers. Isengard arrives in 5 minutes and Eomer in about 19 and a half. So you basically have to hold out for about 15 minutes or something.
And I like how you can do elven warriors now, so
I think I wonder if I could from the start too, it's just that I couldn't really afford it.
I can't remember you actually having that ability.
Oh, okay.
I think I remember seeing maybe.
Isengard approaches.
Something really pay attention to.
Protect the refugees.
But I'm pretty sure that if you were able, that you would be like, yeah, it's elven. Elven warriors, let's build those. So no, I would. But yeah.
So yeah, here we have some refugees who for some reason are outside the wall by this stage, but yeah, they're being hunted by warg riders, so having to deal with them. It's pretty cool because you get like some rewards for doing this noble deed of basically making the only choice.
Don't they become soldiers as well or something? The refugees?
No.
They don't?
They're only...
I figured that it would become like peasants and fight.
Well, yeah, I mean, they are peasants, but, you know, I wouldn't call them soldiers.
Oh.
But then again, you can... I think I do use this ability that's up to the left with the helmet icon.
That will turn them into militia or something.
Yeah, but I don't think... I mean, I always hate those abilities in a way, because they don't make a difference. They're still terrible.
But they are slightly less terrible.
Yeah, but I don't know.
And what's with this? Oh yeah, I remember now that you have to upgrade each unit. Like if you an upgrade, you unlock the upgrade,
Yes.
and then
Yes, which is a bit frustrating to be honest, but you get used to it.
Yeah, but it does balance. Otherwise, it would cost like 10,000 to unlock the ability. If every unit got it automatically.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm getting pretty, like, a good coverage of the wall now. I'm pretty much at my population cap, as you can see down in the left corner. Also, I'm having some, I don't know why, but I had some lag.
I can see that on the little movie.
Yeah. I don't think it should reoccur this level, but it was still, like, kind of hanging about for some reason during this recording. But I didn't have any problems before, like, this recording, so I don't know what happened.
Well, it's an old game, you know.
Yeah, but that should pretty much mean that, hey, it'll run flawlessly on your better computer.
Because it was made for a different operating system, so it's not optimized for this.
Yeah, well,
a bunch of games have the same issue. Yeah, we don't really work on your computer. I'm sorry.
Isengard approaches.
I guess I can see that logic.
Protect the refugees.
Have an arrow ready. Be vigilant, yeoman.
What is? Yeah. Isn't that basically? Also, that shows how good Legolas' abilities is. Since he automatically gives a level 2 there you had to pay like 300 a piece.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people underestimate that ability, or well, I should say underestimated, because I don't think a whole lot of people play this game anymore. There is an online setting. I don't know if there's any. I don't think there are any people playing it.
Let no one
Maybe
who
we
are
should take
outside
green.
get through.
We'll
do everything we can.
Oh, yes, some peasants.
They need us over here.
But did he lose someone? Because now you were at 270 population cap, now you're 266.
I think I might have lost a Rohirrim warrior or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But then, since you got the peasants, I don't know. It seemed like they don't costing an actual population. At least those refugees.
Raising the banner of
Yeah.
weapons you can muster.
But do you have your like backup army in case Isengard?
Very
manages to
backup
push
army because they're essentially useless. And okay, so I can go into like the general difficulty now with like a minute left to go. You're gonna have armies or troops approaching both. It's basically like in the movie. It's pretty cool. Both the Deeping Wall with ladders and such, and also. But then comes the increased difficulty where you have to dodge battering rams going at the main gate at the same time as you're supposed to. Watch out for mine bearers, and I'll get back to that bit.
Well, it does follow the movie somewhat, or you know, the movie sequence somewhat. It just changes a number of things to make the gameplay, I suppose, more interesting and easier. Because if you were just like in the movies, would basically stand inside the building with like 5 guys and AoE or so.
I mean, I'm pretty happy with the rendition, so to say, of the battle. I think it's pretty well made. Some minor things I'd like to change, but hey, it was 10 years ago, so I'm not being that picky. I think they pretty much did what they could.
I gotta say that upgrade for the Isengard troops with the red blades.
Yeah, that's really deadly.
It looks pretty fearsome too. We got red blades. Watch out.
Yeah, red is bad and evil, as you can see.
And those berserkers, whatever they're called, with and
Yeah.
I like that on the minimap. They walk in there in formation.
armor is ready.
Oh yeah, the minimap.
It's the small things that does.
Yeah, I love that. I would have been really
Homes must be defended.
OCD angry if they would have like somehow screwed that up. I want them to be.
I like how you prioritize the elves with all the upgrades and stuff.
Well, actually, yeah, I don't actually know if I should, but I think they do more damage.
At least they're more versatile since they can turn into melee as well.
Yeah, but I actually don't really use that here. I think they're far more useful as just to keep them as archers, to be honest.
Yeah, but I mean, if you said you had a whole wall full of elven archers, and you know melee troops come up on the wall, you can turn them into archers, like melee temporarily. They're better, like in both ways. The upper, yeah.
Let us draw swords together.
No, the first way of attack.
Middle Earth depends on us.
Yes.
To the gate of the ladders. Go. That's one.
This is so cool.
It is really cool.
You know, obviously the game is a bit dated graphics-wise, but when it was first released, this was amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a very good build-up with the earlier levels that I've played through as well, that you're kind of like, you know that Helm's Deep is coming, and it's gonna be good.
Oh, that guy is so strong, basically.
Yeah, he killed a couple of my armored elves, so yeah.
Yeah, he did one swing and like 3 guys fell over. That was the most difficult thing for me with this mission, targeting down those guys and the ladders.
I don't really get the HP of the ladders, to be honest, because I didn't really hit the ladder there, but did Boromir do some kind of like kick thing? I don't really know.
When it comes to ladders and kicking, do you remember that game?
For the consoles.
Lord of the Rings. Well, I guess it was called Return of the King. Like the,
Yeah, but there was also a Two Towers game.
yeah, but I only played really the Return of the King game.
Yeah.
But I remember that mission in Minas Tirith with
Yes.
Gandalf and running around, kicking down ladders. I need to play that game again. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
maybe
I
that-
would just be disappointed with the game by now, but when it was released.
Yeah, maybe that's an idea for another playthrough. We'll just be ending up playing old Lord of the Rings games.
Want to hear a new Baker's Plea? I think I actually have like this old Hobbit game. On like, I think I have this CD case. Still.
Oh. I have an old Hobbit game for the GameCube that was based on the books. Which was pretty good if I remember. I've actually thought of doing a playthrough on that. Oh yeah, here we go. This is pretty nasty because there's a lot of ladders all of a sudden.
Yeah. Don't you come with? No, wait. This. I think I have the wrong mission. I think I'm from Minas Tirith when you come with big towers, siege towers.
Oh yeah. This is pretty tricky, or this is something else tricky, I should say, that the enemy tends to like send in useless units like pikemen or whatever, and then send in archers after them, so your archers are occupied by shooting units that are under threat to them instead of firing at the... Like here, for example, I have to manually select my archers to shoot the crossbowmen, because otherwise they're just gonna waste arrows on...
Yeah, on the melee ones that can't reach them anyway.
Yes. Oh, and here we go with the battering ram.
I fear neither death nor pain.
And it's actually quite powerful. I mean, it doesn't take that much for the gate to give in. And I had forgotten to buy this. I thought I had bought like a sneak way.
Speaking of that, it's like you can make a secret gate.
Yeah, I forgot about that. But
Courage for our friends.
Stay sharp.
because otherwise you can just have Eowyn do her like special attack, which is very useful.
Maybe orcs near.
Ready, elves?
All
But-
the abilities are cooldown based in this game. There aren't any mana,
Protect the woods.
No.
any other resource.
Which I like. I like that because
Have another
I don't know,
ready,
mana. It just doesn't work in some games.
Be ready,
Yeah, it
officers.
wouldn't work in this game, but it's more like some sort of energy or other way of
Have an arrow ready.
preventing. There's different ways games use to make sure that you don't spam abilities.
We
But
must
I gotta
move.
say though that the enemies come with more frequency than I remember.
Your last breath.
I mean, they don't
Yeah.
give you too much time to actually recover between waves.
And here, like in the movies, you can repair with the peasants to the on the gate when there's another battering ram.
And soon, you know, the whole bomb thing.
I fear neither
Yeah.
death nor
Could-
pain.
I can't remember if you could actually stop. If you could stop the bomb and the guy, you know, from
You can, but the thing is, I thought this is something that disturbed me a bit because the mines are being carried by like a couple of guys. Here they are in the bottom of the screen. And so I was like, okay, yeah, but it'll be fine. Did Eowyn manage to kill the thing? And all of a sudden, boom, they have breached the wall.
Oh,
It's like they
shit.
only put up the mines, and I thought they had needed those like torch guys to set it off, actually. Oh, and Eowyn managed to die as well. You know, so everything is just chaos at the moment. And Legolas died because I did command him to get on the middle of the wall with the intention of having him kill the mine bearer, but no, he managed to die instead.
I remember when I was doing this mission, I always got paranoid when it came to the walls. I always pulled them back to the inner, I don't know what it's called, like the actual fort upstairs.
Oh,
Way
yeah,
too
okay.
soon because I was so scared of losing any unit. But at least this
Yeah.
mission isn't like the ones I'm facing in Armies of Exegol, where if one hero die, well, game over, you have to start again.
Yeah.
Imagine
Okay,
like
so I'm
8
pretty
heroes
much in big trouble here, because even though a lot of my units survived, I'm still being quite, you know, kicked here, and there's no real like option. I mean, I can't really stay here. I'm just trying to get the hell away. and try to flee to the keep. I like that Theoden is... oh, and Aragorn was left behind. That was funny. I like that Theoden is mounted, riding around on the walls.
While we defend it, stand your ground.
Panic running back to town.
Have your weapons ready, elves.
I feel like this part, if I remember correctly, the AI was kind of
Everything we can.
disappointing because they don't really able to make the same sort of assault that they are on this wall.
Now, I mean, the problem with the AI here is that they focus on my buildings now, which makes this pretty redundant, because they should of course try to follow me and just end it, but instead they start like destroying like my archer base down behind the deeping wall and stuff. Which is, I mean, they should do that with some units, but they shouldn't be doing it like with their main focus.
I can't remember, you know, when you're standing on that inner sort of sanctum, the inner keep, so to speak.
Yeah.
I can't remember if they actually put up any ladders.
No. No. I don't think they have.
Like
I don't think they
very,
have.
very large ladders that they put up.
Oh yeah, they do have like really large ladders, but I think those ladders were used on the outer wall as well. They were just used like on the Hornburg outer wall, if you know what I mean. This is like the inner wall, so yeah, I demolished the farm there to be able to build some reinforcements, because I didn't really know what I was gonna... Oh, and Gimli is pretty...
I love that.
Oh yeah, it's good.
And also these icons for the upgrades and abilities. So that's...
Yes.
I haven't played this game in
Hit them at a distance.
a decade probably.
Stay light.
That sounds impressive.
Oh, it's almost. I maybe dabbled in it, reinstalled it every other year. But all the icons and portraits and all, you know, the art.
Yeah. But do you see here, instead of just like trying to run up the... I mean, I have a pretty good defensive position here, though, I have to say, but still, they're having the wrong focus.
Yeah, but they aren't able to really launch as an effective assault on this keep as they are on the others. Of course,
That's very
it's
true.
easier to defend, but I mean, all you really need is all those archers standing there and kill everything.
But I mean, they could go right here and go up the... But I guess they would need a siege battering ram too.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have those freaking things that I'll get back to. But yeah, basically the wall fell because that's the whole difficulty of this level. That you gotta have dual attention and make sure your archers are, you know, not manually shooting as much as I was allowing mine to.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as this position goes, it's pretty easy because I have amazing coverage for my archers now. So
Yeah, they have to walk so long under constant fire until they reach the point, you know, where if they bring a siege ladder or a siege battering ram, they have to walk up there, and they can be shot at the whole time, and don't cover it in the same way. Because here, at the first gate, like 80% of the approach is free from any fire. Then they have like 20% walk, and then bang, bang, bang. Here they're getting shot at the whole time, and there's no way for them to actually survive long enough to become a threat.
yeah,
So, and you know, now they don't really get any extra wave units because they have the bases down there. They produce the units instead.
I think the difficulty would have been to if the wave. I mean, if I would have lost the wall earlier and in accordance lost more units, then it would have been a lot harder. But here I managed to keep a lot of units, and as you said, the waves aren't coming anymore.
I do like that you don't get any resources anymore because you destroyed the farm. So you're stuck at 289 resources.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm over population capped, so I'm very comfortable at the moment.
Yeah. But I mean, that was my biggest problem with this mission. And you know, games that do such things, there's always an optimal way. And I'm pretty sure that you can just, in the beginning of the game, retreat with all the units up there to a start, and you will do fine.
Yes.
Because you won't have to deal with the walls falling, you won't have to deal with losing units retreating or anything like that. And those big...
I mean, check these arrows out. Check out this, like, crossbow orc unit. They didn't even, you know, they're dead before they even get a chance to shoot.
You can barely even walk through the gate and they're already dead. Yeah, that's the problem. Because so much concentrated fire on so few.
Yeah.
And you know those big ballista thing that you destroyed before? I'm pretty sure when they stood there, they couldn't actually, you know, and their shots didn't get through because they hit the wall here, the gates.
Oh yeah.
Because it was blocking. Because and even if they walked through, they would be shot at by the archers. So there's no way for you to actually lose anything. Anything that stands up on the wall is completely free from any sort of gunfire.
Yeah. So, in my opinion, they should have like increased the number of wave units here, because I do think that, I mean, how many waves were there? Like 3 or 4 or something, or possibly 5. Depends a bit how you count, I suppose. But they should have increased the number of those, but like decreased. They like with the mine stuff. I think they should have, because as far as I understand. I don't know, is it possible that my fire arrows possibly set fire to the mine when it was...
I think they can. I'm not sure, but you know, it would make sense.
But still, you know, just like decrease the difficulty of that a bit and just add with more units. Because, you know, to be honest, there weren't any units that climbed my walls even. So that alone says something.
Another thing that would make it harder would be if they decreased, you know, the width, I suppose, of the wall, the top wall of the keep. Because now it's so wide that you can put, you know, as many units that you want on it. See there?
Yeah.
If they had made it smaller, so you could fit maybe one archer at max across the whole thing, you know, next to each other, that would increase the amount of fire you can project outwards. And then it's, at the same time, increase the number of units coming, and you know, with ladders and stuff to actually create the spread. I think that would have made see the shots hit the gates and can't get through.
Yeah, they can't get through the gates,
and
I think.
If they walk through the gates, they will just get destroyed by archers like that.
Yeah, because those things, they hurt like hell, but they're very fragile.
And Eomer is ready to pop into the side.
Yeah, I didn't actually notice that until a bit. So I was just kind of like doing some smashing of my own first.
You know, the heroes are so durable as well. Now they're here, Gandalf.
Yeah, but the thing is, Gandalf comes unmounted. I mean, what the hell? Why does he come unmounted? So first I was like, hang on, where's Gandalf? And I was like, you know, okay, looking for him a bit, but he's like running in the background there, do you see?
And one thing that I really like about this game is that the armies are counted individuals, so these units, I imagine, are from the previous Rohirrim missions.
Yes.
And, you know, their experience and upgrades carry on.
Yes, they are based on what I did.
Pretty darn cool.
Yes.
It's like this progression sort of way. So
yeah, and you get...
It's like the most annoying thing when you play other RTS games. It's like, okay, I built up this massive army to finish this mission, and then the next mission, like, yeah, I have 5 guys.
Yeah.
Warcraft 3 is an example of that.
Okay, so I actually got Theoden killed here, which was a bit, you know, not good.
You know, can't say that.
Yeah, and something annoying here, because I'm like trying to do my best over there in the camp, but I'm kind of like realizing that, there's not that many Rohirrim, or you know, like, I think I had more units than this. And I start realizing that it must have been like those, well, first of all the archers, but also the those big ballistas, because they do ridiculous amounts of damage. So I actually end up this level with not having that many Rohirrim left.
We'll have to see how that affects people. Because that's you know, like in those games that count how many kills they have. It's like whenever you lose a unit, it feels so much more. And here, at least, you know, if you have one left from each squad, at least next time they will be full again. But when you lose that last, it's like it feels. I don't know. It feels so much harsher than when you just lose any unit, you know, any regular unit. They create this bond with them, especially if they have like, yeah, this guy has 25 kills. He's been with you the entire mission, and when he dies, it's like, no, I don't want him to die.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm just losing like 5 units at a time every time that ballista thing hits me, and I didn't really notice it until now. So, and then I have like spearmen and archers. It's like pick your poison here, pretty much.
Poor guy. Yeah, they're dying from this.
Yep.
And you have one base left to destroy. I'm surprised you didn't bring your whole archer army with you.
Yeah, but the thing is that the archer armies are so like they're so fragile once you put them out on the field. So I didn't want them to get. I don't know. I just figured that I would be able to manage with my Rohirrim force, but I kind of underestimated the enemy a bit.
And I don't know if this game has the same problem because. So some games, when they have like unit cards or whatever you want to call them, like responses, whenever you give them a command, they will repeat the same thing over.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same here.
Because I remember, you know, I heard like 3 times in a row, Gamble say, "Right, Shadowback."
yeah, I'm pretty tired of that one.
And I mean, it's the same thing in another game that came out, you know, the one I'm playing, Army's Mexico. It's a strategy game from about the same time, and they have the same line repeated over. And they have no. And I've tried to check if they actually have, you know, like 3 of them at least that they rotate through, but they don't. They just have one that goes again and again and again. It's really annoying.
Okay, so yeah, personally I think that this part of the mission could have just been like a bit avoided. I don't see the point in destroying bases in Helm's Deep. I don't know.
You don't really. There's no way you will actually lose it. You just pads it out unnecessarily.
Yeah.
So.
And another thing that bothers me is that these guys, the ladder guys, they're still awkwardly there, going like, hello. They need to
and I like
be
that
killed
guy
separately as well.
On top of it as well.
Yeah, and I like the guys like holding the ladder, just like, okay, how's it going up there? Like, just hanging out.
And do you have to kill everything on the map to win?
Yeah, that was my point. So they need to be dealt with as well. Here I was kind of like, well, I did lose a lot of Rohirrim. Maybe I should rebuild. So I actually build the stables here. But then I realized, of course, that I'm ridiculously overcapped because I got the reinforcements. So yeah, no point. Oh, and there was another one of those.
You don't get any more. And it's still. Oh, I guess.
Yeah, they're firing at Theoden, who's running very amusingly. He's running with his shield and sword in.
Oh, Theoden.
And here I'm kind of like intentionally waiting a bit.
Because you want the stables up so you can get more heroes.
Yeah.
Follow my lead. We can use the stables now.
And then you realize that you're
Yes.
way over
So I'm like,
supplied down.
oh well. So yeah, this level ends with me not having that many Rohirrim, which is a bit disappointing because that will mean that the like epic charge of Minas Tirith will be slightly less epic because it will feature lots of archermen instead. But hey, it's okay.
But victory was that.
The enemies have fallen.
Yes. And Gandalf just says very generic, "The enemy has fallen." It's like he couldn't even.
The one fight, the one quote they have after the.
See, this is not how it looked. I'm sorry, but it wasn't this epic.
I know.
This would have been great. I would have loved this. Look, it looks so much fun.
I know.
And it was fun, but it wasn't this fun.
It's like the reverse in some other games where they have cutscenes after you complete a mission and they have like 5 guys. They're like, no, I had 50 guys when this mission ended. What are those? Come on. I like that Gandalf didn't get any better.
Oh yeah.
I like the score screen also.
Yes.
Helm, Steve, Bird Command. And
So yeah, after this point I'm gonna be... And yeah, Legolas, by the way, 240 kills.
well, he is a bit overpowered at this bit.
He is very overpowered.
Campaign enemies vanquished 600. I do like the stats though that continue on. Right?
Yes.
Consistency is really... Or persistency is really...
Alright, so this was Helm's Deep. And that pretty much does it. So I'll see you next time for the Fangor mission, or Isengard mission, I mean. See you then.
Must be brought to reckoning.